Hello, 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 and welcome to a very special stream. Let's come on in here and find out what this is all about. Hello, community. Today, I am joined by Marek, as well as community modders Equinox and Gwendolmere, and we have some very exciting news to share. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Good.
Hello. Yeah.
Sound check. We're all good. Wow, so much passion in the chat already. It's so great to see that. So, we're not going to keep you waiting long. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty straight away. Marek, would you like to be the honorable person here to announce the summary of what today's stream is about and what we are announcing today for the Medieval Engineers project?
Yeah, so we are releasing the community edition of Medieval Engineers that has been worked on by Equinox and Gwendolmere. That's the main news.
Exactly. So this is going to be an opt-in for now version of the game, which you guys will be able to opt in via the Steam betas tab, and you'll see there'll be a new community edition version of the game, and the guys here have done fantastic work over some time now. We're going to get into the details in a bit, and they are also going to be looking for new bugs and are going to be basically improving the game, and ideally having new collaborators from the community who will work on this. So maybe we can start with just by asking, like, whose idea was this exactly? Who was like, hey, what if we do this? Like, was it Equinox? Was it Gwyn, or was it kind of a joint decision here?
I think I was probably the first one to put that tweet out asking for the code. I wasn't necessarily volunteering at the time, but it certainly got the ball rolling, didn't it?
For sure, man, for sure. And I think we're going to, right now, in fact, I believe it's live right now. Is that correct? Have we unleashed it yet, Marek, or do you need to give the go-ahead for that?
Yeah, we need to give go-ahead. So,
okay.
Erin, feel free to publish the update, the build.
Super. And you'll also be able to find a new page on the website called Community Edition. And we'll jump into the game a little bit as well. You'll see a new Medieval Engineers Community Edition logo that appears when you start up the game and in the main menu. And yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot to go through here today. So let's see if I can. I'll get the page up, I think, here to start with, and just show you the new page. And then I'm sure you guys have lots of questions. So for sure, we're going to answer some of those in a bit, and address some further questions or concerns you may have. But these guys have worked incredibly hard, and I think right off the bat, myself, Marek, and everyone at Keen wants to say like a massive, thank you and congratulations for doing such an amazing job here over these kind of months. And I think actually we're going to go into how long you guys have been kind of planning this as well. So maybe Equinox, you want to kind of give some ideas of how long you've been looking at bugs. I know you're a big, passionate modder. You've done some amazing mods for the game, including the locomotive, and the rail mod there, along with others. So yeah, let's hear from Equinox now.
Yeah. So we actually, I think Gwen's tweet came out very shortly after Keen stopped development on Medieval, or around that time. And this had sort of been floating this idea around. I think it was probably within 6 months of that we had actually started work on this project. It has taken us multiple years to get to this point, just because there's a lot of logistics to get through. But hopefully now we've got the infrastructure set up. We have our first release now, and we'll be able to continue to keep doing this as time goes forward.
And I think some of the questions will be immediately, I can ask you some of the, I know that I have when I first heard about this is, so for example, some players might be asking, what about new features potentially, and or what's the primary focus for now, right?
Right. So far, our focus has been really on bug fixes. We'll probably continue to focus on bug fixes for a while. I know there are still bugs that people are frustrated with. We'll hopefully be able to, hopefully some of those will have already been fixed when you try this version out. And if there are more that are found, and I know there are, we will definitely work at fixing those as well. We also are trying to improve performance as well. There's a lot of very dedicated communities that are doing things that are much higher scale than Medieval Engineers really ever was intended for. And we hopefully will be able to improve the performance for those communities as well. As far as features, we are hoping to get to those in the future at some point. They will not be, while I may be known for the Rails mod, we would not be like putting the Rails mod in Medieval. Or Medieval's very much going to stay true to the vision of being a medieval game. That said, if there are modding API features that could support trains or any of the like World War II mods that Peaceman has created, we'll definitely look at those as well.
Super. That's great to hear. That's really just to kind of give a summary of what it's about. But I will also say, who knows what the future will lead to. So I'm really excited to see what can become of this, and and what other community members may get involved. We have a bunch of resources that have come out with this release, and you can find all the links here. And obviously, there's a separate website for this community edition. There's a support portal for you guys to report your bugs, and that you find. There's a new Discord community, so a separate Discord community from the official Keen one. So please do jump in the Discord community. That's going to be popping off soon, I'm sure. And yeah, there's also Steam page, Steam forums, and you can also use the Medieval Engineers Reddit as well. Also a contact email if you have some more you want to write out maybe some more specific requests, and you want to get in touch with the team behind this here. So yeah, really, really excited to announce it. This is the page about it here. You can find the website, but definitely we can take a little look at the Community Edition website in a little bit as well. Let me see here. Okay. Yep, great. I'm going to open this up. I'm just reading some questions as well immediately off here. Yes, so all of the work that you'll find in this community edition has been done by Gwendolmere and Equinox. They fixed a ton of bugs already, and there's a change log, and you can see it when you load the game up. There will be the kind of, you can find the link to that. So it's been not just they've obviously done the programming, but we've also had some really awesome community members who have been reporting the bugs and helping them to find this stuff. And hopefully with this new effort, we're going to boost the discovery of bugs and help these guys out. One of the questions I want to ask is, what if there's a modder out there who would like to get more actively involved? Are you guys looking for that right now, or do you kind of want to leave it a little bit first, or are you open if there's someone with the talent? I'm kind of curious about that.
Yeah, I mean, we if there's community members that are interested, we are, looking to get some help on this. Super. So that's it. Budding modders. I mean, first I'd probably say jump in the Discord community, and get involved in the conversation, see what can come out of it. Let me just see. I'm gonna bring up the brand new website here as well. So this is the brand new community edition website. Continue community-driven development of KeenSWH's Medieval Engineers. So on here as well, you can find some FAQ, which is answering most of the big questions, I'd say. And from here, you can find a link to the support portal and back to the official site. And there's also a new page, news page. So maybe we can leave some of these FAQ up on the page here. So to summarize, and for some who are just joining us,
Yes, so the community edition is a Keen supported effort for the modding community to continue development of Medieval Engineers. And yeah, and for now, it is an opt-in branch, just like you'd opt into previous versions of Space Engineers or some betas and stuff. But again, I keep saying it, who knows where the future can lead. I'm just seeing here if we've, fantastic, you've got the bug tracker. There you go. Participation there. I'm just reading some comments here. Let's have a look. And Marek, I'm thinking for you now, what are you hoping kind of to see in the next year or so of this? Is there something that you personally would really like to see come out of this? You could, I don't want to say experiment, but it's quite a cool thing to open up the game like this and give the source code access to these guys.
Yeah, I think it's nice experiment, and also collaborating with the community is always good. You know, like as we have wrote about the Space Engineers ecosystem, so this is Medieval Engineers ecosystem. That's good. And then lastly, basically, like the community knows the best. You know, like what problems there are or what things they want to fix. So let them do it if they want it, and make some people who are still playing the game, make them happy, you know, because there will be less bugs. And so this is nice. Also, another thing that I was actually quite surprised was that like some of the bugs that were fixed are kind of like new bugs, you know, that appear much later after people started to use the game in ways that we didn't use it before. And this is quite interesting because I didn't even think about this angle before, not even for Space Engineers. You know, that of course, like some bugs, let's say, are like long-standing bugs, but some bugs are basically like discovered because people start to use the game in different ways than they were using it before, or then how we kind of like anticipate it or test it, especially if you are talking about sandbox games like ours, and where, you know, like you don't have like one corridor that you can test perfectly like a million times. So this was a new discovery for me as well.
That's super, and definitely, like we've just recently been kind of starting to use this ecosystem term, because that's really how we kind of feel about our games and our community and our modders, how it all kind of intertwines to make this. Oh, yeah, we're good. To make this epic ecosystem. Oh, I got there in the end. So there's lots of questions as well that you may have, which are addressed in the blog post for this as well. And I want to bring up one of them here. And some might be asking, why now? Why suddenly now, after, you know, some time has passed? And the answer to this is that the process for this community edition actually began nearly 2 years ago, just following the announcement of the Medieval Engineers development would end. And basically during that time, we've worked with these guys to not only continue the development, but implement the systems and logistics needed to make this process sustainable and manageable through continued partnerships with our community. And that is, for example, setting up the bug tracking tool, having a dedicated community where the guys can really hone in on the issues in this particular build, rather than, you know, getting up. Because you might, if you're playing on the default build, you may be reporting bugs or something that have already been fixed in the community edition. So it should be live on Steam, I think. Maybe you have to restart your Steam if it's not showing yet. The guys, I think, have pressed the button, but sometimes I think these beta branches don't come up, but let me know. So let's see here as well. What do I want to address next? I think one of the other things is, some people might be wondering, is what can people expect from the frequency of these updates, right? And just so people get the right impression, at least for now, so they don't expect too little or too much or something like this, you know? Just from you guys as the new kind of community developers, what would you say on this topic? Yeah, take it in turns, or whoever wants to go for
I'll
it.
go for it.
Okay, great.
Basically, both Gwen and I are full-time devs outside of this project, and we enjoy spending time on it. That said, our time is limited. We hope that we'll have have updates out for this. Not, definitely not weekly, definitely not monthly, but hopefully, it'll be less than 2 years before you get another update from us. And yeah, hopefully in the future we'll be able to continue to address some of the bugs that people report on the community website and improve the game for the community.
Super. And I just actually want to bring this up here. That's good to say. But again, I guess at the same time, if more people get involved in this, right, and this evolves, it may not. We don't. We're definitely hoping for the best. But I guess everything is kind of up for discussion in a way, like what can change as this process goes on and as things get smoothed out. Because again, personally, I would love to see once the game, once you guys have focused on the bugs, I would love to see some features come into that. As long as it's aligning with the visions of the game, and even if it's not features, I feel like definitely improving the mod API can open up so much to the community. Like, we've already seen what is possible in Medieval Engineers, and I think that if you guys look at that, like, I can't even imagine the possibilities of what the community could come up with if you added even more features to that. I actually wanted to ask the chat here. Chat, can I see an 07 in the chat if you plan on checking out the community edition in the next, today, tonight, or maybe the next week? Leave me a little wave. I'm really curious to see here. Yeah, look at that. Woo! That's awesome. Nice. Look at that. You guys see that? See those 07s? The hype in the chat for checking out this new build. Let's have a... I'm gonna... Would be silly not to. Again, so, I mean, for Strong, like we said, like, I wouldn't expect new toys to play around with right now, but maybe there was some toys, as you put it there, that weren't behaving as they should have been before, which are working better now. So it still can be a great reason to jump in and take a look. Fill the servers. Yeah, I mean, I for sure am looking forward to setting up a survival server and jumping in. It's been too long since I ran a survival server, so I really want to have a good playthrough. I'm not sure if it's also that there's so many mods now. There's the water mod, there's the locomotives, the steam engines. I mean, there's people building like World War II era tanks and everything. It's the modding community in ME. Some of you guys, I'm curious, have any of you guys in chat ever or never seen medieval gameplay and or mods? Because I think we might have quite a lot of SE players who may not actually have played much ME, sorry. But I will say that if you look at the blog post, actually I can get the blog post up here. There really is so many incredible mods out there, both in the kind of historical way and adding some new shapes and new styles, but also in the mechanical and in the feature way as well. Let me actually bring that up here. And we're also, if you guys want, we're also going to bring on Kienata in a little bit as well to talk about the community edition. Because if you guys remember, Kienata was a massive, he streamed Medieval Engineers a lot. This was before he joined Keen, of course. But, Kienata is a big fan of ME. So we're going to get him in on here in a little bit as well. And he's going to also maybe answer some of the questions that he's seen in the chat. Let me just get up this blog post here, because then I'll make sure I don't miss anything. Feel free, Marek, again, if you have any comments as I'm going through this here, feel free to add to it. Oh, you're muted, Marek. You muted yourself.
Oh, sorry. I just want to thank Equinox and Gwent again. This is really very nice, and I'm looking forward to our collaboration in coming years, hopefully. And in order to sustain medieval engineers community and interest in the game. And yeah, I hope everyone will enjoy the community edition.
Super, fantastic. And actually, Marek, what we do have you, I know we mentioned it on the last V-Rage stream, but we should also just, I've seen some comments about it, we should also probably address the, the question people have about robot engineers. Just maybe, again, reiterate what we said last stream about that, how that is an active project, pretty much,
Yeah, it is not, even though I have the Roman armor, but I had it like a couple of years already. And I also love Roman era and everything related to that, but we are not working on Roman engineers. We just registered the trademark, just in case, because you never know, and I didn't want somebody else to like snip it, like take it from us. And but we are not working on it, although I believe that a game like that I would enjoy working on it. But if we start working on a game like that, we would need to like really be very careful about the production quality and management of that project and everything, so that like we will not be doing too many things at the same time and so on. And so if we ever do it, then I would really dedicate myself to it quite a lot. But again, we are not working on Roman engineers at this point.
There you go. Just because, again, there's lots of rumors about it, and we just want to be really solid about that so people don't think that we're starting a new project. Just this is, kind of reserving it, right? And Deep Flame is in the chat. We've got Tim in the chat saying, great news to see this final release. Well done, all involved. And I know that Deep Flame is also, and some of the ME team from the past are actually in the community Discord. So looking forward to seeing them in there and getting some nostalgia going, maybe. Who knows? I saw a question here. Someone said, do you think Medieval Engineers will be more popular with the Community Edition? And my question would be, who knows, Skylar? Who knows? I hope so. Like, I don't have to name any examples, right, for you guys to know of a number of games that became really popular and generated a whole new community based off community editions or community versions of the game. So, again, we don't know this time, but I really hope this goes some big places. Also, Captain Twinkie in the chat. Great to see Captain Twinkie there as well. How you doing?
Yeah, I also want to say hello to Tim and Captain Twinkie and to everyone else who is in the chat or who is on the stream. So, hello.
Super. So Draco's asking, how is the community edition different from the current version? So just to quickly summarize Draco, is that it's mainly just there's a lot of bugs and crashes that have been fixed. So no new features at this time, and still primarily going forward, the guys are focusing on the bug fixing and stability and performance of the game, and then maybe in the future looking into adding features. Seeing how things go. So that summarizes it, I think.
Yeah, our main goal for this release was to just fix a lot of the, outstanding bugs that were affecting the community and polishing it up a bit. There's no new features really at this point. It's something we are looking at in the future, but we don't have a timeline for anything.
Perfect. And yeah, and some people wondering, yes, the updates will be free as well. So this is not like a DLC or anything. All this updates and this build will be on it's all free content here. So, Wormy's asking about. Go ahead.
And the server is included for those that are asking. Just like the regular public branch, the dedicated server is also available.
There you go, and also you can switch back to at any time. It's great to see some of the other modders and I know long-time community members of ME in the chat. I see Ivan there in the chat. Great to see Ivan. I saw some other modders as well. I saw Shad in the chat as well. Great. Will the community edition break mods? Asked Chris.
We tried very hard to make it so nothing in the community edition will break existing mods. That said, there are some new modding API features in the Community Edition. It is possible that modders who use those will then have mods that cannot be used with the normal edition. We do have some tools for modders to continue to make their mods compatible with Community Edition and regular branch, but sometimes there will not be an alternative, and there will be mods that will require Community Edition at some point.
There you go. Yeah, it's a good answer. And I think we have. I know Kienata's got lots of answers here. So Marek, do you have any? I think you kind of wrapped it up quite nicely there. Do you have any final words to add here for today's stream?
Yeah. So the final words are again, thank you, Equinox and Gwyn, and I'm looking forward to the collaboration.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Marek. I know you're really excited to see where this will go. And
Yes.
we'll catch you very soon on the next Keen stream.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, Marek. Okay. Super. And we're now going to... Oh, hold on. It's messed up my... Give me a second. I need to let in... As Kienata left. Sorry, guys. Oh, there he's back in. We're good. There we go.
We're good? We're okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh.
It took a second there, but we're back. And there we go.
All right.
Green screened up as well. Super. And I need to switch the name tags as well.
Boop, boop.
There we go. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Kienata, community manager at KeenSWH House, and passionate Medieval Engineers fan and previous streamer as well. I'm sure a lot of you guys watched Kienata.
Yeah, I really hi all of the people that remember from before I was a Keen person.
OGs.
Yeah, when I was just a Medieval Engineer streamer. Hi. It's nice to see you again. So we had a bunch of questions come up and a lot of stuff already got answered.
Super.
I'm just really I was right all along. You don't know.
Some people figured it out, didn't they?
Yeah, they knew what was going on there. Sneaky. Jan. Oh man, Jan. It's so nice to see some of these names. Jan Outfrost, love seeing that good luck, have fun badge. Darth Wormy, yeah. The derpiest turtle, nice to see you again. So we had a bunch of questions come up. Marek answered some questions. Our fantastic community developers, Equinox and Gwyndomir, answered some questions. And I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions as well. No, there's no DLC. No DLC is planned. DLC is not part of this. This is a the community edition update is an update by community developers and doesn't involve any kind of marketing or sales or anything like that. No, the price of the product will not change at all. Medieval Engineers is going to stay at its current price. If anyone remembers when we went to full release with Medieval Engineers, we cut the price for Medieval Engineers in half. It's just going to stay at that price. It's fine. As far as features, I'm pretty sure Equinox and Gwyndomir both address this a bit separately, but no, there's no plans for features now, but it's not off the table. It's certainly something that we're going to continue to look into. A lot depends on the community, just like the community edition development depends on the community. It's the whole point of this is Marek wanted to provide the choice. Marek wanted to open up his creation and allow for that outside input. Will Medieval Engineers be added to the affiliate program lineup? That's an
this is the sales thing through Zola. I would be down. I mean, it makes sense, Wormy. I don't know. I can't remember the process, what it takes to get that, but I don't see why not. We can speak to Vlado. I'm not sure if Vlado is there, but it's a good question. Like adding Medieval to our influencer affiliate program.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a problem. I would have loved that back then.
Million. If I had a dime for every Medieval Engineers copy you sold back in the streaming days, yeah.
Right. So with no new features comes no new blocks. The point is to keep Medieval Engineers as Medieval Engineers, true to what it was originally meant to be, and to have the community developers make room to expand it, if they want to increase modding potential or make quality of life changes or bug fixes. And there are already conversations going along that path. It's just stuff we need to explore internally first. There's also lots of logistical hurdles to cover. It took us a very long time to get to today. And I tell you what, it feels really good to finally get to release this. Really good.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, like, because I've been, I know these guys. I've known Equinox and Gwyn for many, many years now in the community in general. So we've been talking about this, and I've been waiting. Some people who watch my streams will know I've been saying, like, I've been kind of giving, not a hint, but I was saying something like, yeah, I really want to get back into Medieval. I'm just waiting for the right moment, was what I kept saying. And the truth is, I've been waiting for this community edition to release so we can jump back in and revisit it here. So really, yeah, I've been, we've all been really excited to have this released, and it's been a long road to get here for sure. Super,
Yes,
Vlado, great, awesome. We got a yes on Vlado for the affiliate program.
Nice. Vlado, you're a rock star. Thank you, sir. So, and as far as the Discord, the Discord link is to the normal KeenSWH House Discord. There won't be a separate Discord for Community Edition. It just makes it right. It makes it easier. That way our existing moderation staff can also help with Discord moderation. Like, we don't want to add. Yeah,
I mistook that because it said like Medieval Engineers so Community Edition Discord. So I got thrown off there. So no separate Discord, but the guys will be keeping an eye on the Medieval, sub part. So forgive me there for getting everyone excited.
Yeah, we did have a separate Discord for discussing this stuff to keep it out of the main channel. But I think as the time went on, we decided it was better to keep it in Keen's.
Yeah. And as far as dedicated channels and stuff like that, we're always open to suggestions. You can talk to a member of the community team, one of the moderators. You can talk to one of the community developers. They will both have a special tag shortly following the stream. Or you can talk to me if you have suggestions for stuff like that. We're very open to suggestion. Let's see here, and Joel, you've already jumped through the.
Yeah, I've been scrolling very slowly here, so people can read in the background. But do you want to go through some of the points individually? We can. It's fine. I would
love to. I would also love an update from chat. Is anyone still having trouble getting on the Community Edition build? Either because you haven't seen the instructions yet, or because you're having trouble having it download. I just want to make sure everybody's that's trying to get on board is able to do so. Right. And then we had a few questions. One of the things that we actually, if you scroll down to the FAQ.
Okay. Oh man, that's so good.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay, here's the FAQ.
Awesome. Updates are going to happen just like normal. The Community Edition has its own website, which you can get to there, as well as its own support portal. In addition to this, you're able to access the Community Edition support portal and the Community Edition website from our stuff. So if you go to our site first, you'll see links to all of their stuff. So it's easy. If you don't know where to find their stuff, go ahead and jump through our website or our support portal, and you'll be able to get to theirs nice and easy.
Great. Seems like lots of people in chat are already on it, already downloading, good to go.
Yes. Fantastic.
I can't believe this is happening. It's happening.
I think one of the most important things to focus on in all of this is feedback. We really, really, really need to hear from you. Like, really, really, really need to hear from you. The Community Edition developers have a support portal where you can provide them with feedback. You can talk to me if you want, talk in our Discord channels to tell us what's going on and how you feel about the build and the kinds of things that you'd like to see. We'd love to see all of this stuff. And there's a great question on the page right now. What happens if Medieval Engineers makes money?
Here you go.
Yeah, so let's, if you scroll down a little bit, I have a little bit of a stream to.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm going to go to here like this.
Perfect. Thank you. If Medieval Engineers begins to generate revenue that offsets our current costs, several of us at KeenSWH House are just volunteering time and energy or resources, whatever we need to, in order to ensure that this happens. We would consider adding paid support staff for the community developers. This does not mean we would resume development. It would stay community developers. So even if they do an amazing job, and Community Edition starts to make tons of revenue, we would just reinvest that money into continued community development. We just give it back to them and make sure that they have the resources and tools that they need. And again, there's lots of logistic hurdles that we need to cover. So
Vincent's asking, is there any way we can donate? Probably gift as many copies of ME to your friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a good question though, because I think that they bring that up probably because obviously some projects have some kind of fund me or something like this set up. But I mean, at this time, that's not what we're going for. But it's a good question. So I know there's some people out there who are just, they really want to help ME as much as they can. Well, like these guys next to me here, they just want to get stuck in and make this epic.
Exactly right. Exactly. So one of the other things, another question to chat is who is in charge? Which features get to be added and which won't? That is a conversation for Marek and the community developers to all sit down and talk and determine what they want to work on. What are they passionate about? And what would they like to see happen next? Right now, the focus is on a stable game. With quality of life features, and that's it.
I do want to add, as far as features go, we're not opposed to adding new features in the future, as we go over things and discuss them. But one thing to be clear is that we're not going to add anything that wouldn't extend beyond the vision of what ME was originally for.
No World War tanks, apparently, sadly.
Yeah, right. So like Equinox said earlier, we're not going to add rails to the game because that's not medieval. However, we will add, whatever we can add to the modding API to support mods to do stuff like that, to make modding easier and better and give more options available. But as far as actual game features, those are going to be more limited. And that's going to be, something that we would discuss with Marek about what we would want to add.
The guys, Kevus is sad. No Stargates? If you guys don't know, Gwendolmere here made the OG, the original Stargate mod for Space Engineers, so that they got the experience.
That was
Technically, it is
mind-blowing.
an ME as well, but I haven't updated it since I think 05, so it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember that. Yeah, no, I do remember using it in ME.
Yeah, it was very hacky because we didn't have interactions back then.
That is an interesting suggestion. Maybe that is something to look at. Lots of cool suggestions coming up in chat. We love to hear from you.
Keep the suggestions coming.
Yeah.
Stargate, write that down.
I feel like that might be a little bit off theme.
I think
I'm being too critical.
I mean, Fire 5 Legion says, thank you for keeping medieval themed. Thank you. Because, I mean, yeah, like, if the guys can give as much control as possible to for modders to make whatever they want, make their dreams come true, There was even, I know we've joked with Equinox at some point, saying, what would it take to make Space Engineers in Medieval Engineers? And he told me once, I think, that it's actually possible, but the amount of work required would be out of this world, quite literally. Yeah. So the point is, if we can support that, then, the community can have huge, they could potentially have massive conversion mods or something like this. Like, I would love to see this the whole industrial era fleshed out more and more, and then that can be a whole part of the community, right? But it's still not the main community. Like, sticking with the theme that it was and the vision that was set out. But there's a lot of features. There's a lot of features for that we could add. The guys could add, keeping it in the medieval era, of course. And I really hope that we can get to that, because I know that lots of players out there would love to see some of these things.
Go
ahead, Gwen.
I've already logged a couple of potential features, way back that, to keep an eye on, to track, to see if we can do that. And then we've seen a few more really good suggestions in the recent weeks. So there's definitely a lot of stuff we would like to do. And I want to just add with the modding stuff. The modding community is what's kept Emmy alive. So we definitely want to make sure that we provide the modding community with, whatever tools they need to keep making great mods.
Yeah.
I'd also say that if you have feature requests that are like quality of life and stuff, we're extremely happy to look into those. The type of features that are pushed back to maybe and far in the future are mainly the ones that are, new blocks, like completely new game mechanics, stuff like that.
That is true. There were, I think, a couple of new features that I did add, like in the filtering for blueprints and stuff. But those are very minor quality of life improvements. So that's a good point.
If you have ideas or you would like to contribute to the community development of Medieval Engineers, we would love to hear from you. I'm going to post in chat the email address. You can email us and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can to talk to you about what you think you could contribute and how you'd like to help with the project.
I just had a question random. I remember at some point, I remember like hearing about it. Do you guys know if the RuneScape conversion is still going on? I know there was this massive effort to like make like RuneScape in Medieval. I'm not sure if you guys like know about that one. I remember following for it. It was really cool. Love me some old school RuneScape.
I don't know if it's still in progress or not. Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think the person that was working on it doesn't really mod Medieval anymore.
Okay, well maybe this. That's what I'm also excited to see. This community edition. You guys can see it in the game now. This is how it appears. You get the nice. There's my mouse. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. But yeah, hopefully this will see older modders return with the hopes of greater modding potential and power. And even cooler would be if we see some new modders maybe coming over from SE community, looking at some of the potential that the modding has here. So really excited to see what will happen in the coming. Join P&L? You want me to join? You want me to join a world? Okay, we can join in a second here. Hold on. Wait, World War II, Planet No Lag? Planet No Lag.
Just be aware that if you try to join that world, you're going to have to download like 200 mods.
Oh, yeah, that is a problem.
And I unfortunately, I'm going to be the bad guy here. I think we have about 10 minutes left. So maybe we'll have to skip joining other worlds and stuff. We only had a certain amount of time scheduled today. So,
yeah, but I will be doing some streams of the community edition in the coming days and weeks. So keep an eye out. I really
160 mods.
160, yeah. That's gonna. I loaded a world today and it was like 20, but some of the mods, even though it's like 20 mods, some of the mods out there have like huge file sizes. I don't know what we don't have. I don't think from my memory it doesn't have the like gigabyte. It doesn't show you the amount in ME currently. There's a quality of life feedback. Adding like a progress out of bytes, kilobytes, gigabytes for mod downloading.
You can also find instructions on how to get into the community edition on the Medieval Engineers Steam store page. And I'll be totally honest with you, it is weird for me just to say Medieval Engineers Community Edition out loud because it has been a secret for so long that it is ingrained in me to feel bad when talking about it. Like I'm not allowed to say anything. Yeah, but definitely stop by the Steam store page if you need a quick glance at the instructions. And I will throw up a link for that in just 2 seconds here. We will also, and this is important, we will also be supporting Medieval Engineers Community Edition. We're going to go back to making posts on social media, using all of our current channels, including YouTube and Twitch, to help promote and helping with our resources to make sure Community Edition can be as successful as possible. And Bastlork, thanks to all the modders. I was a modder and still am a modder for a really, really long time. I'm a sneaky ninja modder now. But I've been a modder for like 20 years in different video games. And so it's always very close to my heart to support and be a part of the modding community. And I just want to say on my behalf and definitely on the behalf of a lot of people at Keen, we're really just continually stunned by the insane innovation that comes out of the modding community in Space Engineers and in Medieval Engineers. And now seeing Community Edition developers just feels like the equinox of that.
I see you did there, sir. Well played, well played.
Got your dad jokes.
Awesome. It's great to see the comments, though, guys. It's really great to see the hype, to see because people really didn't know what this was. You know, a handful of people figured it out, but I'm really happy to see. Here's another question then: is it kind of what you guys expected? Maybe those who didn't say, is this when you saw the announcement of this particular stream? Is this what you expected? Will Thrift says the best news I've had this year. That's a pretty powerful statement there, Will. Look at that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So the current, just to answer questions about V-Rage, we'll be doing more tech talks about V-Rage. The current version of V-Rage doesn't exist. It's an R&D version. It's not something you could make a game with or something. It's something that we're running experiments on, doing research on, and trying to explore. But it's not a thing you could do something with. We need a long time before we can do something with it.
There you go. It's what I expected. Silver, I was checking if it was April 1st. It was quite close to the date, I have to admit, yeah.
Is this a one-off or return to ME development? KeenSWH is not going to be doing any Medieval Engineers development, but these two incredible people with us here today, Equinox and Gwendolmere, will be taking the helm and leading Medieval Engineers development and doing quality of life features and bug fixes and stuff moving forward. We don't have a timetable for that, but that is the goal.
You know, I'm trying to remember all the hidden places on the map. You know, like they have like the glaze, like the crevasse in the ice place, and then the crevasse.
Wonders.
And there's also the oasis, but I can't see it here. Is it? I wonder if this is a modded map. I don't know.
It very well might be a modded map, or it might have been the map that doesn't have those things. Because I don't see them on the map.
Yeah.
As well.
I normally would recognize the oasis. Okay, maybe it's because you're right. There was a newer planet, wasn't there? Of course, yeah. Jakari's out. Gotta go. Have a go on, man. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they missed the question. They were busy playing the Community Edition. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Papa W Gamer.
How many people are working on Community Edition? The two community developers, Gwen and Equinox. There are support staff at KeenSWH that are helping out with the process, but it's them. They're doing the heavy lifting.
I'll also mention that there are community members besides us as well who definitely have already been reporting bugs as well to help us out. And obviously there are also the community that's existed between, like, the Medieval Engineers community in general has put out fixes historically, unofficial fixes that we have talked to them about and incorporated here.
And that's why, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, it's also great thanks to the members of the community who help with this to get that stuff reported. And I'm sure you guys will help even more now. You know what though? Every time I jump into ME, it is beautiful. It's definitely got a different feel to it than Space Engineers. It's got some similar things, right? But also has some differences. And I love the biomes of this. I wonder if this is the older one. I wonder if it doesn't have the jungle, because the jungle was always my favorite. The jungle biome with the palm trees and stuff was like super nice. I mean, look at this.
It's the same planet. There's just one planet that has points of interest and one that doesn't.
Right.
So, like, if you went to the jungle area, the jungle would be there.
That was added, wasn't it? Yeah. Deep Flame's asking, can I delete my fixes DLL now?
Yes, please do that. But also, thank you so much.
Here's the jungle.
Both. maybe frame. Can you frame a DLL? Can you print it off and frame it on the wall? Would that be too?
Make an NFT.
Yeah. Don't even say that horrible word.
But no, yeah. All of the Deep Flames fixes we integrated into the community edition, so you don't need any DLL fixes anymore. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Where's the, oh, there's the palm trees. I see them. This is the. So I can't.
Has anyone managed
engrossed.
to? It's all good. Has anyone managed to get the dedicated server tool working yet? I believe we just had a member of the moderation team said that they got it working. X-Wing Ian said that they were able to launch a server. But if you have a bug to report, we have a place for you to do that. Let me grab you a link.
Man, look at this. Oh, God, it's so good to be back in the jungle and the sounds. I'm immersed.
Oh, really good sounds. Really, really good sounds. My zen thing to do for streams where like you want to have a live stream but you're very tired from work or whatever was to just sit and play Medieval Engineers and hang out in the jungle and I don't know, make salads out of berry bushes. Like
I feel like it all, like whenever I did a survival server, I feel like I always built in the jungle area. Just something very satisfying about it, and also the terrain as well, not just like the foliage, but yeah, it's funny you mentioned so chill for sure. Kevin knows what's up, and I was listening to the soundtrack earlier today when I was setting up the stream, and I'd also forgotten just how awesome the soundtrack is, and it reminded me that even when I'm not playing ME, I should be listening to the soundtrack. You know.
Should go chop some trees down.
Chop some trees down. It's a good idea.
Those were great times.
One of the things that we did fix in this version is I'm sure anyone who's played Medieval for a while has experienced trees that get stuck or branches rather, after you chop down a tree, they get stuck in the terrain. And if you touch them, they kill you. We've done our best to fix this. So you should no longer get killed when you are, unless the tree falls on you. If the tree falls on you, you're going to get hurt.
I mean, that's a pretty amazing sentence.
Spamming branches in the ground anymore.
I mean, that's a kind of a personal victory to get to write in a change log. Touching branches no longer kills you. Like that's pretty cool.
There you go. I feel like it's like the toe stubbing of SE. I know I'm just enjoying using the manipulation tool. I just like, because this still has some like many cool things that I know that the SE community would love to see in Space Engineers too. Manipulation tool is pretty sweet. Let's see here.
Well,
oh, I'm carrying it there. Wait, I wanted to. Yeah, that's good.
Hi, B Soldier. Love to see the Good Luck Have Fun badge. Also, the community edition is about KeenSWH opening up development to allow community developers to continue to work on Medieval Engineers. So Medieval Engineers is back. Yup.
Hey.
Hey.
Some of the trees were proving to be more difficult. I think I stood too close, that was why. When it comes up on the screen. I love the satisfying sound of
you gotta get rid of the bush.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Will you work with chosen devs or open for all push requests? The volunteer developers are in control of what they feel is appropriate. They check in with us to talk to us about stuff, but generally speaking, it would be up to them who they choose out of the community to work with. If they want to work with someone, I'm sure they will.
To clarify some questions I've seen, the game isn't like open source as you would think it is, but they have allowed select modders and people access to the code. So if we get people that are interested in making changes, we can work on getting those people access to the source as well. Exactly. But it's not just open for everybody to look at and contribute PRs.
Right. There's no need to go into it in the stream, but there's an insane amount of licensing involved that you can't just be like, here you go, use all this stuff. But we can give access. We can make it so that it can be worked on, and we're very excited to get to work with Equinox and Gwyn.
Oh, the song that's come on right now. I feel like this is the song that's like you either love it or you don't love it. Let's listen in here. I forgot the name of it. I'm waiting. Someone will know the name of this. Wait, where's the? I was wondering here. Here it comes. Absolutely banging. Dramatic tree chopping here.
Name that song? No. I could barely name the Space Engineers songs. I know the Space Engineers Pirate song.
I mean,
I think I could probably sing along with that one.
That's one of the songs I hear. I'm like, oh, that's ME.
The music was all done by the same composer of Space Engineers, Carol Antonin. Wow, it's kind of surreal to be jumping in again now. Like I'm just showcasing because I feel like, give me another 07 in the chat if you guys have never really seen Medieval before. Like maybe you'd heard of it, but this is like the first time you're actually seeing someone in game playing it. You know, I'm just curious to see like how many of the chat are like OGs and how many of the chat are like, you know, newcomers. I'm gonna show another. I'm gonna go to the desert now. Let me see. Love the map as well. There's so many great things. Fast travel, that was it. I feel like, if I remember rightly, the fast travel wasn't always there. The map was there, but you couldn't fast travel? Or did the fast travel come with a map? I can't remember.
The fast travel is map specific.
It's both. If you want the limitations, it's map specific, but you can also disable limitations and fast travel anywhere.
Right. Yeah. Because originally it was just fast travel to roads.
Yes, that I remember now. Yes, I think that's still a setting though. No, you can choose.
Mm-hmm. Right. I just remember because I was making modded worlds back then. I was making lots of modded planets. Which,
yeah, this guy next to me here, he was going wild, wild with those mods.
That was a lot of fun. It's a great game to mod. It has really incredible modding support, just like Space Engineers. And there's the two different schools of thought where people are, the modding communities will compare the titles and say, well, we can do this and we can do that.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. Some days I want spaceships and some days I want a sword and shield. And I love the fact that I can mod either one of them in a very similar fashion. So, yeah.
100%, man. 100%. Deep Flame confirmed was the map, yes. Okay. The song was Construction Suite Part 1. There you go. I knew someone would find it.
Awesome. Yeah.
Silverstream just bought Medieval today. There's another round of 07s. Who has actually decided to buy Medieval Engineers today after seeing the stream? So it's the chat polls here today. I saw a couple of comments saying that people had picked it up.
If you run into any bugs or issues with this, please report them on the support portal. You can find it here. If you happen to come to our Medieval Engineer support portal and aren't sure where to head, there's a button for Community Edition. Click it and it'll take you where you need to be.
I'm trying to get back to the castle, but I forgot where it's at. Normally there's a little icon with a... Might not be... Oh, the ownership. That's F5 here. That's great. Awesome.
All right.
Razdiel said, I just got like 30 people to buy it. That's some dedication there, Razdiel. Please do, and as Kienata said, as we'll be returning to posting stuff on the socials, please do share what you've been up to, and we would love to, because obviously now this is announced, we're going to be covering more stuff that's happening within the ME community and maybe what some of you guys are building and creating.
Nikolay HC, I'm sorry if I didn't say your name correctly. Should community not
God.
be default if the regular one will never get updated? We do not have any plans at this time to do any
no.
updates.
and-
We do not. We're you're dead. You're so
Sorry,
dead. Do you remember how to block?
I know.
It's directional.
I know. I got it. Look at me go. I took part in the. I blocked it. I know. I'm blocking. Oi. Adrenaline's kicking in. Oh, blocked it. Got it. Look at that blocking. To the side. Oh, you got to hit me.
It really gives me the original Mountain Blade vibes. Like it really gives me.
I should have had. You know what I should have had on? I should have had on the HUD because you can see like where the attacks and stuff are coming. I'll try and find another guy to attack here.
So, Nikolay, it is something that's been discussed, whether it would simply be the easiest thing to do, but we'd really like to see what feedback is. If there's a large group of Medieval Engineers players that don't want to use the Community Edition build, that will be something that we need to like wait and learn about and get feedback on. So we're just going to wait. We're going to see what people want to do. And
yeah.
This is an easy case. If the community tells us they want something a certain way, and it's within our power to do it because we're not genies, then we can certainly look into it.
Yeah, Superman thinking I'm like being Superman here. I obviously have admin tools on, guys, which is why I'm flying so quick. I just wanted to add, I was distracted by the fighting, but yeah, just adding to, I think you might have said it, but yeah, with this being the default, not the default branch, I think it comes back to who knows the future will hold. And personally, if this version, it's already got a bunch of fixes, and with the passing weeks, months, and especially if new features come in, it can be even better. So I would love to see it become it could either be a default version, or it could be like a separate launcher. Maybe there's this option as well, right, where it can be like a separate Steam library. I don't know, but these are all options. And if the work's there, and if the stability and the systems are working in place, everything's good, then of course we can consider that. There'll just need to be initially, if people are getting back into it, obviously it's just about learning that the option to switch is there, right?
Exactly.
There's a way to spawn.
And Equinox mentioned, please check your bindings. You can reach out on Keen Discord after the stream if you're still having trouble. So they will be available to chit chat in the channels. For the time being, let's please follow the same Discord rules. Do not go jump into the DMs of one of the volunteer developers. Please give them their space and use the Medieval Engineers general channels in order to chat with them about issues. Just to make life easier for them. I know every day when I get up, I have 50 plus DMs, and it really makes things take a lot longer when it's especially the kind of question I could answer in public, and lots of people would get an answer they were looking for anyway. Ooh, what is that?
No, I'm just loading back into the castle.
No problem, Stu Chris. If you think you're the only person that's DM'd me and been like, maybe I should have done that, don't worry about it. You're not. There's an army of people in that same club.
Yes. I remember these gates when these were added. This was such a satisfying block to have in. Being like walked on here.
It's really the drawbridge. That was the one that I was...
yeah.
Because we were building our own to begin with, and then there was like this whole thing that took care of it for you, and you were like, I'm putting one of these on everything. I don't even care if it needs a drawbridge. I'm going to put opposing drawbridges so they can, But I have a golden ticket.
Also, one of my most fun ever Keen streams was the tournament we did. When we just added a combat, we had like a fighting tournament, and it was so intense. If you want to see that, the VOD is still on YouTube, so you guys can go see what that was about. But people got really good with the different weapons, because obviously there's the shield and the sword, but there's also a mace as well. There's the crossbow. So it was pretty. I'm trying to find someone to show the attacking, but I forget how long they take to spawn in.
And we are starting to get to some of the same questions we've had before. And just so you all know, this isn't the last time you'll see Equinox and Gwyn. As they're available to join us for live streams, we would love to have them on. So when they're available to do so, we'd absolutely love to have them here to ask or answer questions. We had a question about mods being compatible with CE version, and I think Equinox, you had a great answer for that earlier.
They should work, right? That was the...
Yes, all mods should work with the Community Edition. There have been some changes required. Most of the mods that needed those changes, we had already reached out to them and they have updated their mods ahead of time. That said, modders do have new options already with the Community Edition. The changelog describes some new modding features. If a mod does use those features, it will not work with the normal branch.
Right. Okay. And we are seeing some of the same questions coming back up at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. Definitely. Yeah, if we can see if there's any more that we haven't answered, or we can start to wrap it up for today. But I hope you guys are, happy about this announcement, because it's really been a lot of work for the guys, of course, working on the fixes, and also... It's a video playing in the background. I heard Epictetus and Cosmic Chimp in the background. They did a lot of Emmy videos. Sorry, just the Emmy soundtrack ended, and we started getting a YouTube video. But shout out to Epictetus and Cosmic, because they did a lot of content on Emmy in the past. But I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, obviously big shout out to the guys and the work they've done on the game and the systems around that. It's been a long time coming, but I'm so happy it's here, and really looking forward to seeing what we see created by the community and the modders there. I can't find a barbarian to attack, unfortunately. I was hoping to show one more time with the HUD on, but they're hiding.
Well, there was a question about Community Edition specific tags on the workshop. Again, this is one of those items, just like specific Community Edition channels on Discord. This is one of those items where we'd really love to see what the demand is going to be for it and whether we're going to need it or not. So we'll be watching very closely. Those changes are super easy to make. We just need to see community feedback so we can understand what the best choice is if we're going to make a change like that.
Yeah, and I mean, part of the, stuff we had with this update was making sure that the mods were compatible. Assuming nobody uses any of the new features yet, if and when we move on to a newer version, the versioning system in Steam already will work with this. Say, for example, if we had an 0.8, not saying we will, but if we did, then, the mod filtering would work with that as well.
Right, and I do see some Steam achievement stats and a few other things. There's lots of things we can look into. There's a whole world of options available to us. We just want to see what things look like in the next few months and get some better idea.
No Steam Deck yet.
No Steam Deck yet. All right. Okay. So once you're done beating that barbarian to death,
got him. It's a bit of practice there. I was wondering whether they weren't attacking me, but I had Abid mode on, so they don't try. That just shows that. I love that. We had such a good fun with that tournament with the blocking and the attacking, because if you block by aiming, and then you have the left. You kind of have the left stroke, the right stroke, and then the over the head stroke, which is the strongest. So. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you can hear the stamina popping off in the background, so yeah. Awesome.
And we will be posting news, depending on where you want to post. We'll be posting news on the Medieval Engineers subreddit. We'll be posting news on the Twitter and Facebook account and the YouTube account, as well as news articles on the Medieval Engineers website. So we'll be posting lots and lots of stuff. And any new information. We're basically here to support with our news channels our community developers. So,
and yes, this will be going on YouTube afterwards. Because I know we actually planned to stream on Medieval YouTube today, but I couldn't get it working. in time. So as soon as the stream is finished, I'm going to put that on YouTube. So yeah, I'm sure a lot, and I know some people missed the start. So yes, don't worry, we'll be able to catch up. Hey, look, we got Miro in the chat as well. No way, Merzipan, good to see you.
Wow.
Merzipan is also an old OG medieval developer. Did some fantastic work. It's great to see you, man.
He was the mace guy, right?
He was the mace guy, yeah. 07's in the chat if you remember Miro the mace guy. Unforgettable. If you met him once, you know, it was a legend.
Yep.
I am mace to the face, exactly. I'm really curious to see, though. I know that Deep Flame and Twinkie and some of the others from Medieval team from the past know about what's going on here. So I'm really curious to see how many of the Medieval team from the past actually come back and check out what's happening and maybe give some tips. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? It's so cool to see their names in the chat because I get nostalgic all the time about the the ME team, both working with them and hanging out with them and doing the streams of them. It was good times. You Draken saw the mace guy in the metro. Yes, you may. He's everywhere. You never know where he might be lurking with the mace. That mace guy. Yeah. Is there another mace guy?
Is there ever going to be weather seasons in the game? That's goes more to features, suggestions for features and stuff like that. And all of these things, there are background conversations that are currently taking place. But I would urge you to push for that feedback and say, look, look at active servers that are running and players that are playing the game and people that want to see more. Raise your voices, tell us what's going on, and then we can start to look into stuff like that.
There we are. So, what do you think then, guys? Anything else to cover here? Gwyn?
No?
Equinox?
My town on the background. Fails, is that your image? Did you build that?
Yeah, I was going to shout out the creator. Yeah, I think it is, Thales. I think it is. Isn't it called Clangwork? Oh man, I forgot the name of it. I found the screenshot, but also I played it just before the stream, and it's epic. It's absolutely epic there. So
Yeah.
it deserves a spot here to be as the background of our stream today.
I used an expletive when I saw it for the first time. I said, holy expletive. Really, really impressed with it. Really impressed with it. Particularly the roof line is absolutely stunning. I cannot imagine walking into that town from ground level. This is just the kind of awesome stuff you see in ME. So.
It looks fantastic.
Chris also says, can we get a shout out for Peaceman who helped a little with the original fixes? Yeah, definitely. And shout out to Peaceman and we didn't name all of them, but we weren't actually sure. I think necessarily. I think there was a discussion about finding out. Maybe leaving it to them to first say how long they've known about it, something like this, right? But definitely to Peaceman and others who contributed to this community edition with the fixes. Yeah, we can't thank you enough. You really helped the guys, and and Peaceman is a legend. It's true. Yeah, one of the many in the ME community. Blurry says, I noticed that performance is a ton of times better now. I don't know if we covered that. Because I didn't realize, I forgot you guys did some performance things. I thought it was mainly bugs and crashes, but is there some performance things snuck in there as well, Equinox?
There are some performance things. There's one major one that is mainly aimed at the Planet Snow Leg server with their extreme number of trains and tanks and everything like that. For the most part, though, I would be surprised if you experience major performance improvements, but awesome if you do. And if you still do have performance issues, we will hopefully look at those in the future.
There you go. Super. Yeah, no, I was also reading... Yeah, if you want to link this world up, please do. Please put the link in the chat. I just know that when I loaded it today, there was a slight issue. There was one building that didn't seem to be properly placed anymore, and it was causing some trouble. But once I deleted that, well, no, a couple of things I did. I turned off structural integrity because I also removed this building, but I don't know exactly the cause of that. I'm not sure how old the world is, but as if you disable structural integrity and delete the house that's clanging out a little bit. It's a small, tiny little like hut, and then everything works great.
Trindle Shadowmane, you should still definitely get the Medieval Engineer spacesuit if you purchase Medieval Engineers, the Medieval Engineer spacesuit for Space Engineers. I believe
it should work still. That should still work. That's another reason. Yeah, if you guys didn't know that, if you read it that there, you can get the engineer skin, the Medieval Engineer skin in Space Engineers if you own Medieval. So yeah, that would be cool to see some more people in Medieval suits.
Also, please check the game credits. The Community Edition developers have appropriately updated those. And one of the Community Edition developers is going to have a better answer than me on this. Would Peaceman's environmental performance fixes be needed for Community Edition, or is that added to the base since he worked on it?
So because that is a mod, we have not added it to the base. That said, we are aware of that mod. We're aware of what it does. And hopefully in the future, we will look into integrating that into the base game.
There you go.
Awesome.
Perfect.
And again, I'm sure you guys, both Equinox and Gwyn, will you be probably on the ME server chat, keeping an eye out for any questions in the next, especially tonight? I think there might be some people who find out about it late. So
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Great. So if you guys have any further questions, or maybe you've just arrived and are a bit confused, my first recommendation is to read through the blog post. Check out all the links, including the new Medieval Engineers Community Edition website. And if you have any further questions, then please do jump into the KeenSWH Discord, correct that one now, and into the Medieval Engineers channels there. And people will be helping each other get up to speed and stuff. So,
indeed, that is definitely one of the most beautiful parts about the communities, is that there's lots and lots of helpful people everywhere you turn, including members of the moderation team that are happy to point you in the right direction, any resource that you think you might need. So
super.
And then one question that I've seen a couple of times, anybody that owns ME either previously or buys it new will get access to the community edition.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
And they're still going. It's still ongoing as well. I mean, I was thinking, about servers. Like people maybe ask about some servers, and I know there's a handful of really passionate communities out there who are still like doing absolutely incredible builds. And yeah, I really hope as well this will see new members for these dedicated communities of ME, and hopefully some new ones pop up as well. I know with this, I'm sure some people will be wanting to check out Medieval in a server as well. So. Server admins, be ready. Be ready for the wave.
Awesome. All right. I don't have anything else to cover, and I don't see any new questions.
I did have one thing that came up a little while ago.
Okay.
When the game crashes, the dialogue that has the send report to Keen, we do have access to those reports. However, we are much more likely and maybe not likely, but will be much faster if you report the bug directly to us on our bug reporting site.
Yeah, you can get another link for that in the chat as well, I say, just so people check it out. Let me show that on stream actually as well. I haven't shown that one on stream yet, just so people to have a little look. Where's that tab gone? There we go.
Additionally, with the bug reporting site, you can view it anonymously. You cannot report bugs when you view it anonymously. Additionally, you can sign in with your Steam profile to that site.
Perfect.
Let me have a look. Let's bring this up on stream. Here it is. Medieval Community Edition bugs. And you can see you have the unassigned, the resolved, even a timeline. You can see you got Zeno right now. Oh, that's actually not right now. That was this morning, I think. Creating a bug. That's really cool. So definitely you can use this website, keep an eye out on what's happening, and also, of course, get that stuff reported to help these guys out.
Yeah. And I would say more important than anything else, possibly even more important than what's already been done, is you contributing your time and energy to drop a thorough ticket on the support portal is massive. And when you're dropping a support portal ticket on the Community Edition support portal, please remember that if you offer them steps to reproduce the bug, this gives them a super easy entry point to determine what your issue is. Logs from medieval engineers, which easy instructions on how to find those are available. All of these things are going to make it quicker and easier for them to deal with any issues you might run into. So
I'm just going to show here the list of, because so someone said, Sandbag says that the first release already have many improvements. So let me actually go ahead and scroll down this list here in the background. Look at this. Community Edition release, and you can read a little bit about it. And then here it is. You have improvements, tree branches there, and you guys can go over this. Enable physics multi-threading. That sounds nice. And then there's the improvements, and they have the bug fixed. So this is already a really nice list of kind of sort of the most frustrating and common issues, and hoping to crack more. So that's all the fixes and crashes. And finally, there's a bunch of stuff for modding as well, allowing modders to, well, fixing some mod issues, but also adding some new functionality for modding already. So yeah, this is all on the new Community Edition website. This is actually just in the news page here, but that's the changelog for today. Super. I think we did good here. I think we covered all the main points. And obviously the prep for this, I think we were really want to make sure that we had everything in order before. Like, I think there was times where we obviously wanted this out as soon as possible, or everyone did. But as you know, Gwyn and Equinox, this is not their full-time job. So there's only a certain amount of time they can spend on this. So obviously, in between that and just making sure all the systems are in place, yeah, we really wanted to make sure this was a smooth launch, and I think it has been, right? We have I see like the builds there, all the sites are up and working. So great job, guys! Really great job, and shout out also to Philcon as well there. I know Philcon hit the launch button there, and Philcon has been assisting as well. So big shout out to him.
Awesome.
We good?
All right. Yep, we're good to go. Thank you, everybody, so much for your time. Gwyn, Equinox, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for giving us this opportunity. It's been really great working on this, and I can't wait to continue to do so.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. We cannot thank you enough. And also thank you to the community out there. The guys who have been working on this, helping them with the bug fixes over this last couple years. And also, of course, to everyone in the chat tonight who has been here, showing up, supporting this. And it's been amazing to see the reactions to this, and really, really looking forward to the future. So I will be playing some of this as well. I'll be streaming some Medieval in the coming days and weeks. Unfortunately, I'm getting a little unwell, so I'm not sure tonight, unfortunately. But I for sure will be trying to do some survival, and hopefully we see some other creators. Here's a question: is anyone streaming Medieval right now? Or if maybe someone streams, if anyone's streaming, we can raid them. Or if someone is planning to start streaming now, we can send the stream over, because some of you guys may want to see some more gameplay and some more discussion possibly. So you let me know, Kienata, if there's anyone.
I'm checking right now. It'd be amazing if there's one person.
Yeah? Are they on the Community Edition? Do we know them?
No, I don't think they probably don't know Community Edition is a thing. It looks like their stream has been going the entire time we've been live. Definitely raid them. That's a great way to say, hey, did you know Community Edition? You're
right. But you guys are going to go all over there, and we're going to help educate the community. Very good. I like your thinking, Aaron. Let me find this streamer here.
Oh, this is fantastic. Here, I'll send you a link. Got you covered.
Oh, I see it. Yes. Olivietti.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna send the party to Olivietti. Let's see.
Fantastic.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you very soon. And yeah, been awesome. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye now. Bye.
Bye.